Now we're going to go through a two-step qualifying process that will help you to screen the good prospects from bad, and screen out the prospects that you shouldn't waste your time on. And qualifying, if you're not really familiar with the term, that's basically what it is. It's screening. It's qualifying the person to see how well or poor of a fit they are with what you have, or how likely they are to purchase. So our process starts with a pre-qualify step. And this is what you would do at the very beginning of the process. This is something you might do if you're phone prospecting, if you're sending cold emails, if you're doing networking. And what you're trying to do, I showed you that pie with the red and the green and the blue. When we're pre-qualifying, all we want to determine is, are they in the gray of the prospect does not fit at all? Do they have above 10 employees or less than 10 employees? Or are they in the red where there could potentially be a fit? Because what this step will do is this will eliminate you wasting your time talking to prospects that you should have no business spending time with. And we're not trying to determine, are they going to buy, or can they buy, or whatever. We're trying to determine, does it even make sense for us to keep talking? And so the way we'll do this is we'll ask pre-qualifying questions. And so I'm going to go back to a slide I've shown on other webinars. If you've attended our other webinars, you may have seen this before. But this takes place at the very first contact. Like I said, it could be your cold call, it could be an email, it could be at an event. But at this stage, we're going to try to pre-qualify. And our goal at this stage is just to get to the next stage, which might be establishing a real conversation, an appointment, or a meeting. And so all we're trying to do is we're trying to qualify them enough to see if it makes sense for us to spend our valuable time with them in the next step. If I'm going to schedule an appointment with you, and that means I'm going to, well, for one, if it's a 30-minute meeting, then that's 30 minutes on my calendar, and also time to go travel there and travel back. And so if I'm going to spend 1 to 2 hours on you, I want to make sure that you're worth my time. And so it's the pre-qualifying questions that will determine that. So let me, these questions basically, I want to determine, do you have a need for what I provide? Or is this something you might even want? Could you potentially have the ability to purchase it, and whatnot? So let me give you some examples of pre-qualifying questions. And a lot of this is applying to business sales or whatnot. But if we were a car salesperson, I can tell you car salespeople never do this, but they probably should. Picture yourself walking into a car dealership. Some good pre-qualifying questions might be, hey, what year is your current vehicle? I see you're looking at this car. What kind of car do you currently drive? How old is it? How happy are you with your current car? If I go back to the what year is your current vehicle, now that's a good pre-qualifying question, because what if the answer that the prospect says is, I got it 6 months ago, right? Then that's not a really good prospect. Because who buys cars every 6 months? I mean, maybe they are looking for a new car, but it's an interesting piece of information. How happy are you with your current car? How do you feel about your fuel economy? How do you feel about the reliability of your car? How often do you usually purchase a new car? So these are questions just to determine if I'm the salesperson, if I should continue to talk to this prospect. Now, you might say, well, why would you just show them the car if you're a car salesperson? But think about it. Think about it if it's a Sunday afternoon and the car dealership is packed. If I'm going to continue to talk to this person and take them on a test drive, there's an opportunity cost there. I'm making a commitment, and I'm going to be sacrifice time spent with these other prospects. So I want to feel them out, because you know what? It could be that they're waiting for. It's a guy waiting for his wife to get her hair done, and he's just kicking tires, right? And if I don't really vet him, because he might say that after he says his car is 6 months old, I might say, oh, okay, well, that's a pretty new car. You're looking to replace that? Oh no, I'm just killing time. And then you could leave it with, okay, well, have a look around. If you want to take a test drive, let me know. Or if you have any questions, and then you go move on to a better prospect. So you can do the same thing in the business world, where you can ask these questions and identify real quickly if it makes sense to continue. The other thing about qualifying questions is that they can help you with objections. And so when you're prospecting, you're going to run into objections a lot. Objections like, I'm not interested, we already use somebody, we can't make any changes right now. Let's look at the objection of we can't change anything right now. Now, with that objection, does that mean that they're in the gray of does not fit, or are they in the red of there may be a fit? If they can't change anything right now, that means what we know for sure is that they're not in that green sliver of fits now. So okay, but that's fine. But that doesn't necessarily mean that, again, they're in the gray. They could be, but what you can do to fully identify when a prospect's giving you an objection, if they're in the red or they're in the gray, is to ask them your pre-qualifying questions. By the way, your pre-qualifying questions are great responses to get around objections. Someone says we can't change anything right now. Oh yeah, I understand. And listen, I'm not trying to sign you up right now. But if I could ask you real quick, are you guys currently using anything for blah blah blah? Oh yeah, we're using this. Okay, how long have you been doing that? Oh, we started that last June. Okay. Is there anything that you like or don't like about that? So there we got away from that objection. So just keep in mind that the qualifying process and pre-qualifying questions are great for objections.